This is Eric Townsend, Live at Intel. Got Chris Hubbard, one of our technologists here, talking about solid-state drives. So if you have questions about it, so Chris is one of our experts. So Chris, tell us about solid-state drives.
Well, solid-state drives have been around for a couple of years now, but they're really, this year, coming into mainstream. There's a couple of reasons for that. One, because of Moore's Law, the price of solid-state storage is just continuing to drop, and so we're getting to a point where it's really cost-effective. And a second factor, though, is that in the last couple of months there was flooding over in Thailand that severely impacted the hard drive industry. They lost a lot of capacity. So as a result, we are seeing tight supply of hard drives, and what hard drives are available are a lot more expensive than they used to be. So now we've got hard drive prices increasing, solid-state drive prices decreasing, and we're at this point where it's a viable alternative for a lot of people.
Cool.
But more importantly than just the cost of the purchase, there's a lot of other advantages that the solid-state drive brings that you don't get with a hard drive. The first one is going to be performance.
Okay.
Solid-state drives are completely solid-state, all electronic. When you have a hard drive and it's rotating, when you ask for data, there's a read speed, a latency, about 5 milliseconds for your fastest drives. Now 5 milliseconds to you and I seems really fast,
right.
But to a 2 gigahertz processor, that's an eternity. It's waiting a long time for that data to get off of the hard drive. So when you go from a 5 millisecond access time hard drive to a solid state drive, its access time is in tens of microseconds.
Wow.
So an order of magnitude faster, dramatically faster, so that CPU is not wasting hundreds of thousands or hundreds of millions of cycles waiting for data. It gets the data much faster, and the solid-state drive is able to stream all of that data back to the computer faster. So not only does it find it faster, it sends it faster back to the CPU. End result is you get much greater performance. It really removes a performance bottleneck from your whole system and allows the processor to come to life.
Cool.
So people who generally switch from a hard drive to a solid-state drive in the same system feel like they've just upgraded their processor because it just brings it to life.
That's cool.
That's great for the end users. For the IT department, though, there's a lot of benefits as well to solid-state drives.
Okay.
Because these have no moving parts, they're far more reliable. You don't have to worry about shock, vibration damage that we have to do with hard drives. When a hard drive fails, it's catastrophic. It's working great one day, and then the next day it's completely dead and you can't do anything about it. There's no warning. With a solid-state drive, it wears out over time, and it's predictable and measurable. So as years go by, the hard drive, the solid-state drive, can monitor itself and then warn you and say, hey, I'm like 80% of my useful life. It's time for you to start thinking about replacing me. So you can replace it before you have a failure and you lose your data.
That's cool.
When you do lose data on a hard drive, that's very expensive. Usually almost $1,000 to go have a disaster recovery service take that data off. Even if you have a backup, you're going to be out the cost of a new hard drive. You've got the downtime, productivity loss, because it's going to take several hours to reimage that. So for an IT shop or anyone who's trying to keep systems up and running, having solid-state drives is going to really help you out on the back-end costs of managing that system. And one last advantage is just these things are rugged, and so you don't have to worry about your users doing stupid things with their computers. Because there's no moving parts, these computers are just going to keep running even if you do stupid things like that and drop up. So solid-state drives, huge advantage. Now is the time to go look at them. It'll make a big difference in your environment.
Folks, this is actually still running. You're probably shocked like me. Don't attempt it at home unless you have a solid-state drive. Chris, thanks for your time.
Thank you.